In the top stories, police officer charged for fatal hit-and-run incident. Prime Minister Drew reiterates call for climate action at EU CELAC summit, and Ministry of Posts to roll out national addressing system in weeks. The details on these stories and more after the break.
In cricket, there are a few essentials: a bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
49 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023. From Wetfest to Food Field, from Queen Show to Juve, Culturama 49, so you must be here.
From July 27th to August 8th, join us in Nevis for the Caribbean's greatest summer line, Culturama 49.
49 years of mass and free, Culturama 20, 49 years of mass and free, Culturama 20, 49 years of mass and free, Culturama 20, 49 years of mass and free, Culturama 2023 years of mass, 49 years of mass.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Khalid Barrage. The police have charged Officer Brent Edwards in connection with a fatal hit-and-run incident on the weekend. The exact charges have not yet been listed, but will be announced in a follow-up newscast. On Tuesday, Commissioner of Police James Sutton promised the public a thorough investigation into the accident that occurred on Nevis on Saturday. In the Tuesday morning release, Commissioner Sutton said, quote, "I want to assure the public that this matter will be thoroughly investigated, leaving no stone unturned. We hold ourselves to the highest standards of accountability, and anyone found responsible will face appropriate charges," end quote. He further appealed to the general public to give information that could assist the investigation, stating, quote, "We cannot solve this case without your assistance," end quote. He said that the police force takes the incident very seriously and is committed to maintaining transparency in the pursuit of justice. On July 15th at around 7 a.m., an elderly woman, Florence Ella Merchant of Hickmans, was found injured on the side of the road by a passerby. Miss Merchant was transported to the Alexandra Hospital, where she was found to have a broken arm, a broken hand, and numerous cuts and bruises. She died on July 17th. Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew addressed the ongoing EU CELAC summit on Tuesday, where he called for greater multilateral cooperation to combat the challenging effects of climate change. Being held in Brussels, Belgium, Prime Minister Drew said the EU CELAC summit comes at a time, quote, "when the world is grappling with the existential threat of climate change," end quote. "None of us is left untouched by its devastating effects. Each country must therefore chart its unique course in responding to this crisis and prioritize multilateral cooperation to effectively navigate the global web of climate finance, policy, ambition, and action in addressing the climate crisis." Dr. Drew assured the world leaders that his administration is doing all that is necessary to transform St. Kitts and Nevis into a country that is climate resilient. To achieve these goals, however, Prime Minister Drew said there is a greater need for access to funding, and as such reiterated his government's support of the innovative approaches which the Bridgetown Initiative advocates. The Bridgetown Initiative is essentially a three-step proposal that seeks to reform the world of development finance, particularly looking at how wealthier nations can help small island developing states cope with and adapt to climate change. The three steps outlined in the Bridgetown Initiative are: Step 1, provision of emergency liquidity to stop the debt crisis in its tracks. Step 2, expanding multilateral lending to governments by US $1 trillion. And Step 3, activate private sector savings for climate mitigation and fund reconstruction after a climate disaster through new multilateral mechanisms. Minister of Post, Honorable Conway Maynard, says over the coming weeks, the General Post Office will be rolling out a national addressing system for St. Kitts and Nevis. Speaking at the Prime Minister's press conference with Cabinet Ministers on July 13th, Minister Maynard said that the system will give clear directions as to where people live and cut down on the confusion that comes with misdirection.
Ministry of Post, which is the General Post Office, is now well on the way with our national addressing system. We made a commitment that, I think it was in our campaign, that you will no longer have to tell someone that you live by the mango tree around the corner with the breadfruit tree hanging over into the yard on the left side. And we are now well on our way to standardizing how your address would look. Over the coming weeks, the post office will be engaged with the Department of Physical Planning and in particular the GIS office to formalize the policy going forward on the how your address would look.
Addresses would include an assigned home number, the name of the street on which you live, the name of the community or village, and a unique postal code for each household. He said that most likely the postal code will begin with the letters KN, KN1 for St. Kitts, and KN2 for Nevis. Minister Maynard said he was pleased with the progress that the Government Information Service Office has made over the past few months, with the next phase being the street naming process. There is expected to be community engagement and policy that sets out how the process is done so that it is effective and efficient. Minister of Education and Deputy Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley has announced additions to the preschool and primary school curriculum come September. He was speaking at the most recent Prime Minister's press conference with Cabinet Ministers.
Spanish should be taught from September in our preschools and our kindergartens and also our primary school. And the aim is to have some of our primary schools, specifically the Irish Town Primary School that has already been declared as our primary school of linguistics. We are Spanish, French, and we are exploring the possibility, once all goes well, with the teacher for Mandarin.
The Irish Town Primary School is where the pilot program will be launched due to the many Spanish speakers who attend the school. He mentioned that over time other languages such as French and Mandarin would be explored. Additionally, the Minister of Education mentioned that courses in plumbing, nail tech, baking and cooking will be offered at the primary school level. Minister Hanley said that some new initiatives will be introduced in high schools.
Financial literacy and customer service will be offered as a certificate in our high schools. We are introducing the YOTC. This is our Youth Organization Training Corps, something similar to the ROTC in the US, where we are going to be channeling our students in some particular career path. So once they choose to be a part of this,
He said that once students enroll in the YOTC, they will be exposed to working as an EMT, emergency medical technician, police officer, soldier, Coast Guard officer, and fire officer. Dr. Hanley also said that they are going to be reintroducing discipline in schools through reactivating clubs such as Scouts and Cadets. He also announced that the teacher supply shop will be opening in the new school year. After the break, Federation seeks to expand diplomatic footprint in EU and Middle East, and SKN and Romania advance talks for deeper cooperation. Stay with us.
Get ready for the biggest sales event of the year. It's the Horseman Furniture and Appliances major sales event, where we're slashing prices by 20% off on all major appliances. Are you looking for amazing deals on refrigerators, stoves, large appliances, washing machines, and even microwaves? From the latest models to top brands, Horseman Furniture and Appliances has it all at unbeatable prices. Whether you're upgrading your kitchen or replacing old appliances, this is the perfect opportunity to get major savings and save big. These deals won't last forever. This is a limited time opportunity to snag the appliance of your dreams at 20% off and get double cashback coupons with every purchase. Don't miss out. The Horsewood Furniture and Appliances major appliances sales event where quality meets affordability. Don't miss out on the biggest discounts on refrigerators, stoves, large appliances, washing machines, and microwaves. Hurry in today and make your home a major delight. Major savings, major discounts, 20% off on major appliances, plus double cash back for free groceries. Happening now at Horsewood Furniture and Appliances. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
50,000?
$50,000?
$50,000? Win big with TDC! Win up to $50,000 cash in the TDC Mega Rewards Mega Raffle! To enter, you must be a Mega Rewards member or sign up to TDC Mega Rewards Loyalty Program. Shop at our TDC retail stores or online at shoptdcgroup.com to receive one entry for every $250 spent. Draws take place from July to November. Win $10,000 every month with your entry rolled over so you can win even more.
Yes, this is 50.
Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. The Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis is seeking to expand its diplomatic footprint in Europe and in the Middle East, according to the country's Minister of Foreign Affairs and Economic Development and Investment, the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas.
We have said that we would want to progress St. Kitts and Nevis as a sustainable island state. That is what our foreign policy is in fact working towards. Establishing, consolidating the relationship with countries and international organizations so that we would be able to receive the necessary support and collaboration to achieve St. Kitts and Nevis as a sustainable island state. So we improve relations, and we do so not only with Canada and the United States, but we do so in Europe as well.
He said that St. Kitts and Nevis recently established a diplomatic relationship with the Republic of Ireland for the first time. He said that although the Federation has had a long-standing diplomatic relation with the United Kingdom, it was essential that we have representation in the European Union to address matters of concern to St. Kitts and Nevis and the European Economic and Trading Bloc, since the UK is not a member of the EU.
England has been, the UK has been, as you know, our lead partner in Europe. The UK is no longer a member of the European Union. Although we have established very, very good relationship, nevertheless, with the United Kingdom, we need someone to be at the table at the EU to speak on our behalf, especially when there have been threats in the past of the EU reviewing our visa status.
The foreign minister also said that the Federation is looking to expand its diplomatic presence in the Middle East and North Africa.
We want to make sure that we expand. And in expanding, we're looking now at the MENA area, that is the Middle East and North Africa. We already have an embassy in the UAE, United Arab Emirates, that is in Abu Dhabi. We used to have a consulate in Dubai. We are looking at how we would want to consolidate our presence, not only at the diplomatic level in the UAE, but also in terms of business, new business, especially given the portfolio of economic development and investment. How can we consolidate our presence also in Dubai, which is the center of economic and business activity in UAE? But
the Embassy of St. Kitts and Nevis in Abu Dhabi was opened on November 17, 2021. Dr. Douglas also said that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is desirous of improving relationships in other countries in North Africa, in addition to the Kingdom of Morocco, where His Excellency Ian Creeley is the resident OECS ambassador at the embassies of Eastern Caribbean states in Rabat. He said that firm relations will be sought with Qatar and Saudi Arabia to establish a presence in Saudi Arabia, whether through an embassy or consulate. Following the opening ceremony of the 3rd EU-CELAC Summit in Brussels on Monday 17th July 2023, Ministers of Foreign Affairs of St. Kitts and Nevis and Romania, the Right Honourable Dr. Denzel Douglas and Her Excellency Luminita Obedescu, held talks on the potential for strengthened cooperation between both countries. Traditionally, engagement between the Federation and Romania was primarily in multilateral fora, such as the EU-LAC, now EU-CELAC, and the UN. However, bilateral talks deepened during Romania's bid for support to one of the UN's main organs in 2019. Romania maintained its pledge to build stronger ties with St. Kitts and Nevis and the wider Caribbean, and continued to offer full scholarships to students in the region wishing to pursue higher education in Romania. Foreign Minister Douglas thanked Romania for its generous offer and committed the ministry's services in disseminating the call for applications widely. Minister Douglas urged Romania to champion calls for climate justice, access to concessional loans, and the multidimensional index MVI. Former Minister of Foreign Affairs, now Special Advisor to the Prime Minister, His Excellency Bogdan Arescu, also joined the meeting seeking St. Kitts and Nevis' support in the international sphere. The St. Kitts Diabetes Association is continuing its drive to raise awareness about the disease with its quarterly general meeting, which usually focuses on a specific aspect of diabetes. The next meeting is set for Sunday, the 23rd of July at 3 p.m. and Public Relations Officer Dr. Reginald O'Loughlin told ZIZ News that the upcoming topic is diabetes and nutrition. He described the topic as critical.
We know from the definition of diabetes, it is a result of out of control blood sugar levels, and that blood sugar level doesn't really come from the sky, it doesn't come from the rain, it comes from what you put in your mouth. So obviously nutrition, which is the feeding of the human body, would be the factor that would have to be tackled in any discussion that is trying to address problems dealing with diabetes.
He said the upcoming meeting, they will be using a new location.
We have problems with getting a location, but we've come up with the idea from suggestions from various members that why not try and move it around the island, try and move to the people rather than have the people come to us always in Bastille. So we will be located in Sandy Point at the Sandy Point Medical Center, the Pox Medical Center in the waiting area, where they can accommodate a decent crowd. Sunday afternoon, same time, 3 p.m. we're gonna start.
He said he hopes that through this discussion on diabetes and nutrition, they can make the public aware that by altering their eating habits, they can lower the risk of diabetes and the complications that can accompany it. Transportation will be provided from the east and west by 2 buses identified as Bingy. Pickup will be at health centers in each community.